Nigerian military has been pounding, so to speak, the enclave of insurgents especially in the northeast part of the country. And that, according to many, is responsible for dispersing the insurgents who are reported to be leaving those areas and moving into other states of the country and other parts of the northeast in particular. Now, what that has thrown up is cases of increase in bomb explosions across these areas that have been devastated by insurgency. And on the show this morning, we'll be looking at what to look out if we're going to at least reduce the rate of the explosions that's been recorded now as a result of the activities of the military in targeting the insurgents. We're glad to have, as usual in the studio, Dr. Lionel Rawlins, the Assistant Vice President Security and Safety of the American University of Nigeria here in Yola. Doctor, thank you for joining us on the program.
Well, it's good to be here with you, Baka, the Safiya.
Thank you very much. Now, we've seen an increase in explosions across the country. This is in spite of the, good work that many has, attributed to the Nigerian army. We've seen they have stepped up their game, they have stopped an attack on the insurgents, and as a result of that, we're told the insurgents are desperate and they are going out to places, and so we have these explosions on the increase. Now, what can we do in this situation?
Nothing. You can't do much because this is their tactic. It's a guerrilla warfare type of tactic that the insurgents will use. It's a last resort, as you said, an act of desperation. So what you do is, if you can't fight back like they were doing 6 months ago or a year ago, then you send in suicide bombers. It is a very effective weapon, it's a very effective tool, and a very effective way of killing people. So, as you notice now, they've stepped up the game quite a bit. They are now adopting the Al-Qaeda style of suicide bombing, which is multiple bombings at the same time. Just over the weekend, as we know, they did like 5 suicide bombers. And that is an effective way of killing people, and that is what Al-Qaeda usually do. So they've adopted that style of suicide bombing. And you will see that they will use a lot of females, a lot of children, more so than they will do men, because we tend to look at children as safe, and we tend not to see women as suicide bombers. But we need to start opening our eyes now and start suspecting women and children, especially children, even more so than before.
Well, how did you receive the report of the plane crash here in Adamawa over the weekend, at a time when, we need all these resources, we need all these things to fight, Boko Haram?
Well, some people felt it was shot down. Some people, it's rumors. The plane was not shot down. Some people, like everybody was, spreading rumors that it was shot down. I don't think Boko Haram has the tools and equipment to shoot down a plane. The plane crashed, and we have to wait until the FAA people come up with their analysis as to why it crashed. But these are things that happen during insurgencies, during war, during this type of uprising that we are having. And you will see a lot more of it. But I don't believe that should be a major cause of concern. What should be the major causes of concern should be the suicide bombings that we're going to constantly see throughout Nigeria, not just in the northeast, because now they've been flushed out, so they're either going to go to Chad, Cameroon, somewhere, they all go to Lagos and Abuja.
Absolutely. Like we mentioned earlier on, while we were starting this program, there was an explosion in Chad and there was another one in Cameroon, all of them, of course, with casualty. The Nigerian military has come out to say the aircraft crashed due to bad weather. And like you said, not because it was shot at. Perhaps what should concern us now is we're going to see more of these desperate insurgents coming out, mingling with the people. Is there anything the people can do in this respect? Perhaps, you know, by way of being vigilant? What should we be doing to at least avert this as much as we can?
Well, it's strange to say, and I don't want to start people doing bad things, but if you see a stranger moving to your neighborhood or on your street or anywhere close to you, you have to turn them in to at least alert the SSS, alert the military or the police. Because if this man or woman just move in, now there might be decent people, very nice people, but we can't afford to take chances. Because it could be a man and a woman pose with a child posing as a family. There could be suicide bombers getting ready, planning to plan their next target. So not because a man and a woman and 2 children moved in next to you, it doesn't mean anything. Call the SSS, call the police, call the military and send them in. Let them go investigate them. Who are you? Why are you here? Where did you come from? What do you do? What kind of work are you involved in? Ask these kind of questions, because these are the people who are going to hurt us. So that's the first way of doing it, strange people. The second thing is, as you said, be vigilant. Notice people around you. Look at the way they're dressed. Do they look bulky? Are they carrying things underneath their garret? Did somebody leave a bag in a corner? Did you see somebody, when they went to the bank, did they drop a bag and walked away? These are things. So we can't just sit around and just start talking anymore. We have to start acting. And being part of the acting thing is being vigilant. Pay attention to your surroundings. It's the best thing to do.
Still talking about people, you know, being vigilant. We talk about cluster bombs. There are warnings that people should, you know, look out for such things. What do you look out for? How do I know that this is a cluster bomb?
That's a very good question. People don't know what cluster bombs are, because it's not something you see every day. You know, I'm surprised you use the word cluster bombs, because this is one of the most violent weapons there is in so many ways. What it is, it's one bomb that's ejected out of the plane, and inside that one bomb you have 100 to 2,000 smaller bombs, and that one bomb opens up and drop these 1,000 or 2,000 bombs over an area of land, and it will kill everything and anyone underneath. So you consider the size of the Yola of the Jamaica market. One cluster bomb that's dropped from a plane, or it can be sent from sea or artillery, but usually is deployed by plane, can take out the size of the Jamaica market 3 sizes. So the Jamaica market, just imagine 3 times that size. And it's also one of the things, the problem with a cluster bomb is maybe some of those little bombs might not have gone off, so it dropped in the ground and it's buried, so that a year or 2 later somebody steps over it and it blows up and kill you. So it becomes an unexploded ammunition. This bomb is so violent that it is banned. You're not supposed to use it in war, because it's one of those nasty bombs that goes off and kill hundreds of people or thousands of people and maim and wound people. So it's a good question about cluster bombs. You cannot identify it because you don't, if you're not a military person who have seen it, you will never know what it is. But remember, imagine a suitcase or a box, as you all call it, falling out of the sky, and inside that box is 500 little bombs. So the box open up and all the bombs just drop out. Wherever they drop is where they will explode, and that's where they'll kill people. Okay. So it's a bad bomb. You don't want to see it.
Yeah, the warning that has come from the military is that people should be very careful about strange objects, doesn't matter what they are. But this is a very difficult thing, and if you tie that to the fact that, you know, we've always been very communal, we've always been our brothers' keepers, and all this is strange to us around here. Who should be pushing forward the conversation, the enlightenment we're doing now, the suggestion you're giving, while GoTalEt's doing its bit, but it needs to go further than that. Whose responsibility is it now to begin to enlighten the people about looking out for strange people, looking out for bulky people, looking around the bank? Our people need to be told. Whose responsibility is it? Is it the military, or who should we turn to?
Security forces. It's not us supposed to be up here doing that. You should be doing it because you're the media, but me, I'm just a lonely voice in the wilderness. Your police supposed to be up here sending people regularly. Maybe their PR, maybe the public relations department. Your military is supposed to be sending people from their department. The SSS, they need to be sending people here to look in the camera and speak to the people and tell them the same things I'm telling them. They don't have to divulge any specific, pertinent, secret information. Just give them information as I'm doing. If you see this, do this. You see something, say something. These are the things to look for. These are the challenges we are faced with. These are the successes we have made. These are the losses we have incurred. And the people will understand because they realize that these people are coming to inform us. And tell the truth. Don't, you know, if something is bad, if you had a setback, tell the people will understand. But you can't be worried about that stuff. I shouldn't be doing it by myself. Other people should be doing it. It is the responsibility of your security forces to come out and tell you. But they don't want to because they were told not to. They don't want them to come and say the wrong things. All over the world, though, the military in the United States, they come out and they talk about things. You know, they don't tell you secrets, but they tell you what's going on. And that is why when they went to Iraq and Afghanistan, they took journalists with them, and they called them embedded journalists because they want the story told, and they want the people to see what's going on. Here, you're still hiding stuff. You know, the world is too technologically advanced to hide anything. Quit hiding stuff and tell the people. The people of Nigeria are very educated and smart and technologically advanced people. They can understand.